Well, hello folks. I was told not to talk during this travelogue here, which is going to be a walking tour of Woodwind Acres. But I figured I can talk, but if you don't want to hear me, shut off the sound and just watch what you're about to see. First, welcome to 248 Bronco Drive, and we're going to continue. Hopefully it's not too bouncy. This is our gate, and this is now the entrance to the property. It's about 30 feet wide or so, and I'll just take you through a nice little tour. We're walking up. It's about 5 o'clock or so, and beautiful day. Got everything done that I needed to get done. And this is the driveway up to Jeanette's Grove. That will be the first viewpoint, I guess. Fast passes are not required. And let's see if we can, here's one clearing, and I'll zoom in. And on the left, you'll see Jeanette's Grove, complete with copper-topped post covers. There you go. This is done in honor of Karen's sister, Jeanette, and Jeanette Inman, and it's looking quite good. And I think everything is turning out quite nice. And of course, there is the guardian of Jeanette's Grove. I have no idea what her name is, but here she puts out. I'm not quite sure. This is Woodwind Acres, and nice hand-done sign. Used to be called Virginia Nursery, but now it's Woodwind Acres. And then we'll continue on up the path to the homestead and the orchard, as Karen calls it. It's quite quiet, as you can see, and I'll just walk you without talking. Going to veer to the left a little bit here, and you can see the pond, some rain, and actually an irrigation fitting that actually stuck open, and it overfilled by about 6 inches to a foot. And then I cleaned out all of these rocks that were here. There were about 15 or 20 rocks that I cleared out, and I kept the rest. And you'll see where they went. And here is our pond. 500,000 gallons, probably a little bit more. And I don't know, but if you can see through, there's the porch, which is the red building. And it's got a little storage area behind, about 6 feet wide and about 12 feet, 6 feet deep, 12 feet wide. And I hear all sorts of critters end up here. So that's the pond area. And then moving to the right again, we continue our walk up the beaten path, as they say. Prior owners put shells here and raised it so it wouldn't be stuck with water. As you can see, I'll pan to the right, and because of the heavy rains, there's some water, and it's going away little by little. So back to the path, and coming up is where I took all of those boulders. They're actually granite rocks. There's not those shell and concrete or wherever they are. And used to be kind of a dirty corner right here, which splits to the right. That goes to the back acreage, about 1 acre in the back. I think we're going to call it the orchard, but I'm not sure. And then the property veers to the left. But this is the newly minted rock garden that I put together, and I think it looks pretty good. Cleared out a whole bunch of more vines. And again, that area goes straight and slightly to the left, and we'll take you up to the main property, the homestead. Now you're approaching a little higher ground. We're walking up probably a good 5 or 6 feet above where we are now. And you can see the travel trailer. And I'll pan to the left, and our property goes to that side. And you can see there's quite a bit of landscaping that the people did. And there is our bird of paradise. And straight ahead is a path that will take you to the pond again. Just turn left at that what we call the fire pit that you can see way over there. Anyhow, this is the main property, which has some rather tall oak trees and not vine covered, but moss covered. And you can hear our air conditioning. I'm getting ready to shower. And that's the trailer. And all of the statuary you will see here, we took out, cleaned out, cleaned up and then repainted same color as a travel trailer. And again, this is the landscaped area to the left here, quite extensive. And then moving to the right, you can see the pump house with the lady, water lady, aqua lady, whatever she's called, and then all of the statuary that we redid. And moving to the right, you see a beautiful Bismarck palm surrounded by wildflowers. And Karen actually asked that we clear this all out, planted wildflowers, and it's growing like crazy. And that's an absolutely beautiful Bismarck palm. Okay, we're going to continue down, still walking, and I'll give you another shot to the left here. And to the left of the pump house, right in the middle, is an area that we created. It's a wildflower area that has been seeded with grass, and we have a walking path between two wildflower beds. And of course, there is the pole barn, the famous pole barn. And our seating area, which is quite nice, and the two lanterns that were completely restored, and actually have lanterns inside, and it's quite bright. And again, there is even some more trees. So there you go. Okay, moving to the right here. This whole center area is a deep swale, which actually helps drain off any water. It's about 6 feet deep from where I'm standing right now, and there's a going back to the Bismarck palm, and there's a big culvert that drains water. The culvert is in the middle of the picture right now, drains water underneath over to that side, and eventually makes it to Charlie Creek, which is about 400 feet south of where we are. 3.5 months ago, this was all dirt, and this we affectionately called the South 40 or Back 40 or Orchard or Glen or meadow. I'm not sure what it is. It goes back, it's about 15,000 square feet, and there's a shed that I restored, new floor, all new paint, and I put in a brand new flag this morning. And then there's our slight, we got some fruit-bearing trees, and moving to the left, you'll see another seating area that we're going to put a platform on. And that will be a nice seating area to look over the meadow here, or glen, or whatever we're calling it, clearing. And moving along on the left-hand side, we'll take you to the bridge to nowhere, actually. This is the famous bridge that I built. It doesn't go over Charlie Creek, but it traverses a swale of about 8 feet deep. And this will lead eventually to Charlie Creek, and you can see that there is standing water below it. And it's starting to drain already, but Charlie Creek, if you go straight to the bridge and go that way, it's about 300 feet from here. The lighting is all solar powered lighting, and it really looks quite nice. Okay, we're going to go retrace our steps. May get some sun glare here, but there is the back 40, the orchard area or clearing or what have you, and we have a pomelo, we have a navel, we have red grapefruit, we have tangerine, we have pecan tree, and I think that's about it. And this is all planted in bahia grass, however it's called. Again, you're going to get some sun glare probably. And I'm walking along the south side of the property, and you can see our trees. And then I'll take you to what we call the overlook area, where we've done some shooting. And this is just another deep swale that collects water in the heavy rains. When we bought the property, it was bone dry on the bottom, and there was green grass growing. But again, you can see all that property is ours. Goes about, again, 300 feet to the back property to Charlie Creek. And there is our American flag sitting on our post. Looks quite nice. Repainted the entire outside, put a new floor on the inside, cleaned out any insects or bugs, and it is bone dry inside. And I'm walking around the area affectionately called the poop ellipse, because this was their working part of the nursery, and an outhouse stood right where these stones were, which I've since covered up, filled up the, as much as I could, filled up the the water area, the drain, with as many rocks as I could find, but so far so good. Cleared out this whole area. And again, our property goes probably another 100 feet past the tree line, and we planted all of this lawn. And there, actually straight ahead, is a little shooting range that we have. There's a mound of dirt on the back, and we can actually shoot against that, have some fun. So I'm standing at the far southwest corner of the property, and now looking towards the east side of it. So we're going to continue to walk here. Like I said, I hope I'm not bouncing too much. And this is all coming quite nicely. It's really starting to get green and thick. Again, it's only about June 15th I planted all of the lawn. Now we're going down the other lane that goes to the right of the rock garden that we planted. And this will take you right back to where those two roads split. Or if you continue on, it will take you to the front of the property. And there's all of the new rocks that I put in. They are actually quite heavy, but I was able to do it without much ado using the dolly that we have. And just to give you a bearing, going straight down that path, you'll see a gate, and that is the gate to the pond. Just a little bug hit me here. That's the gate to the pond. And we're going to go make a right-hand turn again, go up to the homestead area. And I'll take you one more path. And again, we're back in front of the travel trailer, which you can see right there. That sound is the air conditioning system, because I'm about to take a shower here. Beautiful bird of paradise that Karen planted among all of the rocks. You can see how they have bordered the entire area with these shell-type rocks. Kind of interesting. And this whole area back here is essentially a water retention area. When it rains, that will fill some with water. It's bone dry right now, and it drains relatively quickly too. There's my shadow. So we're walking around. Now you can see right through the travel trailer. And that area to the left, right there in the middle, that's actually a garage area where we store all of our utensils. In front of us used to be the fire pit, but we removed everything and planted two oleander, and they're doing just beautifully. I fertilized them today. We planted them. They have doubled in height in probably a couple of months. And moving to the right is the back of the pole barn garage, and this is where we do some of our work. If I have any chipping or shredding, I'll bring it here and put the shredder right there, and that's the result. And those logs are the ones that are too big to fit in the shredder. So this area back here, we cleared out completely. It was full of dead trees. I think there's one or two small limbs that have to be taken out, but we cleared this all out, cleared this all out too, trimmed up this tree, planted a bougainvillea, and now it's growing like crazy. Now I'm taking to this path, the eastern path to the pond, and you can go to the right around the area of palms that Karen cleaned out, but we're going to go to the left. Here's the open gate that we have to the pond. This is the east entrance. And now we're at the pond area, and this is kind of semi-wild here. I planted some grass a year ago, but you can see that the pond is right at shore level right now. It's slowly starting to come down, But that's a 500,000. It's about 85 to 110 feet long. From side to side, it's about 85 feet and 22 feet deep. And now I will take you to the porch. And we're clearing this out. You can see this is the porch area. And again, we cleaned out quite a bit. There's our 2 chairs that we sit on. They're upside down so nothing sits on them. And then there's the planting that we put in, salvaged a bunch of rocks, and 2 chairs we're going to be throwing out, but I can't get rid of them yet. And then all of this area this dries actually. If you see the growth there, that's actually pretty close to the edge of the pond. A little bit far, but if it comes down a foot, you'll see it'll be back to normal. But there you can see how pretty it's reflective. There you go. And I'll walk you back, and of course that's the gate, and to the right will take you to outside of the property. There you go. That thing right in the middle there is a fountain. We understand that the electrical was disconnected, so we may be able to put that back. And that is quite pretty. So we're going to go back and end our tour. And I'm going to have dinner and shower and go home. Here's our gate, which we will close and chain. Done. And again, I'll walk you around the left side of this palm area that Karen cleaned out quite beautifully. Very pretty sunshine coming through there, which is kind of cool. That's even better. And this is all our property, and there's kind of a debris field back here that we didn't put there, but they did. Looks like they cleared out and just dumped a whole bunch of stuff here, and that's where it's going to stay. And again, you may get some sun glare. Now we're heading back towards the travel trailer. And again, if you just take the path to the right, that takes you to the front of the property. And we're going this way though. And that is the property. We've come all the way around. And I'll show you the wildflower area along with my shadow. Here's the travel trailer. And our big garage. You can see how tall it is. And this over here is the wildflower area. We just planted the grass this side. You can't even see the rocks, but to the left and the right there's a path in the middle that I have to clear out. To the left and the right we planted wildflowers, and they're coming up gangbusters. So all of this area down here was just recently planted a couple of weeks ago, and that eventually will turn into lawn. And then we've got the viburnum that act as a shield to, or for whatever, I don't know why they did that, but it looks nice. And that ends the tour. Bye.